In this hand, we see that I'm raising under the gun with pocket fives. And this is a hand where we had just started 10-handed. When I think back about that day, I was pretty short the whole day. I went in the smallest stack, got a quick double up early on. So I was actually going in with a pretty big stack for the first time that day, really having something to have some playability and maneuverability with. I see there I had almost 79 million, which was just behind everyone to my right, which was pretty good position on the table. Joe in the big blind on this hand was the chip leader. And I know that everyone kind of to my left isn't going to be looking to really play hands here. We're 10-handed. Everyone wants to make nine. So I'm thinking my image on the whole day was that I was pretty tight, playing a short stack, looking to mix it up a little here, 10-handed, show that I'm someone who's not going to be going for the pay jumps. That's really going to want to get out there and play. So I don't expect any calls or raises unless someone's really got a polarized range. Aside from the blinds here. And that's what we see happen is Ested calls in the small blind and then Sirach calls in the big blind. And some of the context here as well is I had played a lot with Joe Sirach on, I believe, day 7. He was a huge stack at my table. I was a small stack. And he didn't really get out of line against me much. So I wasn't expecting that here either. So I thought that I had a pretty good position here to take something that is outside of my normal range to play. And if big cards come, people are going to expect me to have it. If small card comes, I may slam that flop and take some chances. So let's see what comes here on the flop. Pretty spicy flop. Like if you can think of some of the best possible flops for those three hands, right? Joe flops the straight, I flop the set, and Asteds there has a pair with blockers to the straight. What ends up happening is he leads out here. We'll see as that happens. And then Joe calls. And I'm sitting there, probably should be dancing a little bit on the inside. I know that I'm just going to, play it cool here and not re-raise because a raise here is definitely going to, put me in position to get my tournament life on the line. And I love that I have position on this hand as well, too. So my goal here is to just call after the bets and see a turn. The queen comes on the turn, doesn't really hit their ranges too much. I know that they're probably thinking my overcall here might just be an overpair. So I would expect them to slow down quite a bit. We see that from Ested. He checks. Joe does continue here with a pretty big bet. I think it was just over half size, maybe 11 million. And again, I think I have a pretty clear just call. That I can't represent that straight at all. And he has that 7-8 right in his range. So we'll see in just a moment here. Joe's going to bet. I didn't take too much time here to ponder a call. I think I call him pretty quick. And, part of that is I think that I want to show that I just have a clear call. I'm not expecting he's not expecting me to re-raise. I don't want to act like I'm trying to re-raise here. I just kind of want to play the hand and kind of have him think that I have like an aces type hand, a kings type hand. So we see I make the call and then Ested gets out of the way. At this point, I'm kind of thinking in my head that there's not a lot of good rivers for me here. If he has a higher set, it's going to be hard for me to get away if the board does pair. If the board doesn't pair as well, I'm expecting him to fire big on the river. I never got to that point where I considered in my head, if the board doesn't pair, do I call a big bet, kind of like what he did, or fold? Probably would have put me into the tank. But as we see this hand play out, that's not the case that happened. So we'll see the dealer deal it out. That miracle 5 hit my quads. Again, dancing on the inside, trying to play it cool. And, here on the river, I don't have much of a decision, right? Joe is going to ponder. I was actually very surprised to see that he put such a polarizing bet out. I think he goes 30 million or 35, somewhere around 70% pot. When he did that, I was thinking, man, he's got a full house here. I'm going to get it all. Hopefully he's still going to call with 6s or 9s. You see he's just staring me down, right? So yeah, he bet 35, which was pretty big. I have less than that as a full-size bet back. So, my only move here is all in. I got to go all in with the nuts. He, visibly disgusted. I get it from his perspective. But he makes the right fold here. I don't think that he really beats anything for value. And, me being an amateur, it'd it'd be pretty much even as a pro, like almost like suicide to be bluffing in this spot, especially, Joe being the chip leader here, right? If I get called and I'm wrong, I'm out in 10th when I was just, way up there in chips. So I don't make him wait very long. I show him that, I had it. He's going to see it in an hour, 30 minutes anyway. So um, just a crazy hand, right? We see that we flip flop positions there. I get up to 140. I think I steal the blinds the next two hands and go into nine handed with, a big chip lead. I think it was about 145 million. So that one was just, an insane hand, an insane river. I think everyone in that hand kind of played it great, and the cards just kind of played themselves out. I got lucky with that river, but yeah, could have gone anyone's way there, me or Joe.